Good evening and welcome to The Weakest Link. I am your host, Anne Robinson. Tonight on our show, we have two contestants battling it out for the grand prize of 4,000 Rand. Unfortunately, we could not get any more contestants due to our rapid declining ratings. Welcome back to The Weakest Link. Our two contestants tonight are Andrew Stevens and Reese Chittenden. So Andrew, please tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a hooker.
How is being a hooker going for you financially?
Successful.
You don't look like you would be as successful as one would imagine. And Reese, what are your financial aspirations?
I want to be the realist financial accountant.
Like the realist?
The realist, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, how this is going to go is I'm going to ask you 4 accounting questions. And it's going to be fastest finger first. So, you got a little buzzer at your pews. And the first person to buzz gets to answer the question correct. And if they get it correct, they get 1 point. The first question. A consolidated statement of financial position should have all the assets and liabilities of the parent and subsidiary company included in it. Why is the 4,050,000 cost of the investment in the subsidiary not included in the consolidated statement of financial position?
Beep.
Yes,
Beep.
Reese.
Oh. The consolidated financial statement of financial position contains both the parent and the subsidiaries' assets and liabilities, and is defined in the IFRS for SMEs as the financial statements of the parent and its subsidiaries presented as those of one single economic entity. The 4,050,000 Rand that was paid as an investment is the amount that the parent is willing to pay for the subsidiaries, for all the subsidiaries' assets, net asset value, which is the assets minus the liabilities. If this was included in the group's financial statements, then this would be double counting both the assets and the liabilities of the subsidiary. But the investment includes that whole amount, and therefore is the amount paid for that.
That is the correct answer. It's now time to find out who you think is the weak. Welcome back. I'm glad to see we're keeping you up, Andrew. Time for question 2. Goodwill is included in the consolidated stated. Welcome back to The Weakest Link. And as you may have imagined, shock horror, we have a tie. So, on to question 2. Andrew, please can you refrain from using your cellular devices during the game show?
Sorry.
Question 2. Goodwill is included on the consolidated statement of financial position, but it is not included on either the parent or the subsidiary separate statement of financial position. What is it? How is it calculated? And why does it not appear on the separate financial statements?
Beep. Well, firstly, with regards why it's not on the financial statements of the parent or the subsidiary, you are unable to recognize internally generated intangible assets on your own financial statements. However, upon acquiring the subsidiary, it becomes reliably measurable as I would like to now refer to IFRS for SMEs 19/22 Goodwill. The acquirer shall, at the acquisition date, A, recognize goodwill acquired in a business combination as an asset, and B, initially measure the goodwill at its cost, being the excess of the cost of the business combination over the acquirer's interest in the net fair value of the identifiable assets, liabilities.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. This is not a reading competition. This is testing your general knowledge.
Sorry, general knowledge. Basically, when the acquirer acquires the business, they will realize that investment at cost, which includes goodwill and the net asset value of the business which it has acquired. However, in the group financial statements, you want to show the actual substance over the form. So basically, you want to be able to see the net asset value of the business, and the extra amount acquired is for goodwill, which is the basically the good publicity, the human relations, and the customer relations of the company.
And 3.
And you would like to be
2,
able to see that separately to the net asset value.
Boom, 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 boom. Time up. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Acquires the land, it will measure it at cost and at the cost at which it purchased the land, and therefore that will be shown on its separate financial statement. When the parent purchases the land, it is a good chance that the land may not still be measured at the same amounts as when the subsidiary first purchased it. Therefore, it might need a fair value adjustment, which should increase the price or maybe even decrease it. But let's just go with this case where you have to increase the price. This will be shown on the group financial statements at the new fair value, because that is the actual price that was paid by that group, and it is the cost of that land to the group. The subsidiary will still recognize it at the original cost that it purchased the land, and therefore it will still be measured at the 30 million.
That is the correct answer. Welcome back to The Weakest Link. The producers of The Weakest Link have taken it upon themselves to level the playing field, as they feel that one of these parties has been severely disadvantaged due to his serious mental deficiency. So, Andrew, we'll be posing this question directly to you. The parent company's separate statement of financial position has a liability, loan from subsidiary Pty Limited. Why is that liability not on the consolidated statement of financial position?
The basic reason behind this is that the loan forms a transaction which is an intergroup transaction. Thus, money has not left the group in any stage. Any interest incurred on this loan simply remains within the group. Thus, with regards to this transaction, if you are wanting to look at the group financial statements, it is of no use to see that there's money that's gone between companies within the group. You simply need to know the net effect on the group, which is 0.
Unbelievably, that is the right answer. It's now time to finally reveal who you think is the weakest link. For the last time, to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Reese.
Andrew.
Fudge. Andrew.
That means, Reese, you are today's strongest link. And you go away with 4,000 Rand and the pride of beating a severely disabled mentally person.
Okay.
Join us again for the weakest link. Good night.